everyone. This is Edak Willie show. It is a happy day. I'm happy to be here, and I have my happy, wonderful audience with me today. Today we want to talk about branding. What is branding? We have Charles Etudo in the house. He is a brand consultant. I will talk more about him. But now let me start with my audience to ask them, what is branding? No, let me leave you alone. What is branding to you? No idea. Do you understand what is branding? Most people do not have any idea what branding is. So let's meet our expert today, Charles Etudo. In case you are just joining us, we are discussing with Mr. Charles Etudo, who is a brand strategist, service entrepreneur, thinker, writer, principal consultant, abstract consultant, Africa's premier brand strategy and engagement firm. Today we want to talk about branding.
Okay.
When we talk about brand, what are we looking at?
First of all, I will take you to the basics. A brand is a storehouse of trust.
Storehouse of trust. Okay.
So that's from the basic point of view, from the basic definition. What is a brand? A brand is a storehouse of trust. What is a product? A product can be generic. It's that intangible or tangible that you produce in a factory. So that's a product that meets a certain need. Now, what is branding? Branding comes from, if you look at it from a different perspective, it's the scientific application of different modules that give birth to an identity that creates or meets a need.
That meets a need.
Yeah.
Mr. Charles Etudo, I would say the grammar is big. My audience wants to know, what is branding to them? How can they be branded?
Yes, of course.
Can a person be branded?
No, you can brand individuals, you can brand products, you can brand. Don't forget, I said a brand is a storehouse of trust.
Okay.
So when you say a brand is a storehouse of trust, it means that when you do that purchase, it's based on the trust that brand will give you a certain fulfillment.
Okay.
Now, I'll give you an instance. When you make a decision to buy a car, for instance, you do not go to Ecocharis and ask, is the BMW, does it have air conditioning? You don't ask that person because there's already a standardized brand template, which is in the top of the mind. Like I always say, the battle for the psyche of the target audiences, that's the targets, you and I, are actually fought, lost, or won at the point of purchase. So what actually helps is the differentiation, which is key. The key is differentiation. Now, what differentiates me from you is the unique attributes that we would have. That's what differentiates me, that creates my unique brand. You are Edak Willie. You have your unique brand identity. You are Edak Willie, you have your specifics, your psychography, your demographics, those things that define you. I have my name is Charles Etudo. I have my own unique attributes. So in the same vein, even other brands also can be differentiated. So it's the uniqueness that creates the value for brands.
Okay, so how can we go about this? Let's talk about branding oneself, because we're talking about a product.
Yes.
A human being.
Barack Obama is a brand.
Okay, so how can we make that happen?
First of all, you need to go to the brand DNA. The brand DNA defines who you are. That's the basic foundation. To create any brand, we start from our firm, we start with the brand DNA. The brand DNA tells us, in basic terms, who are you? What are your composite parts? What are the elements that define you? What are the characteristics around your brand? What is your unique selling point? What is your differentiation? God was the first brand consultant, because when he created everybody, he gave us unique identities. So, I mean,
all different.
your thumbprints are all different. No two thumbprints are the same. So I keep saying that God was the first brand consultant because he differentiated everybody. He also differentiated all the animals.
So when I try to be like some other person, I become a fake.
Of course, you're already cloning.
Okay.
You know, so the first step to create any brand, let's start from the individual personal brand first, is to define your brand identity, your brand DNA, sorry. When you define the brand DNA, you can get to the uniqueness of that brand that gives you the accuracy of who you are. It's based on that. You can now decide to position your brand as this. First of all, you might like playing football. You might like watching movies. Somebody else might not have a flair for that. He might have a flair for speaking, public speaking. Somebody else might just like to read. So based on those unique attributes that defines you, the brand consultant helps you now to define what your brand should be about, based on your unique attributes. Nation state, for instance, many years ago we started with Nigeria, a nation in need of reoxygenation. It was also part of the templates we used at a point where we were saying we need to define who we are as a country. Nigeria is made up of nation states. Nigeria is not a nation. It's a nation state. Different ethnic tribes and coming together to create. It's a nation state. So you cannot treat us as a nation.
Okay, because a nation should be one people.
But we are a unique set of people coming together to create what we call the nation state. So even Nigeria needs a brand DNA. We don't have one yet.
Okay, I hope we'll have one someday.
We hope so.
Maybe that will help to solve some of the problems that we have.
Because if you can sort that out, it takes you back to being able to define who we really are as a nation, so that we can now define the needs of each unique part of the component of the brand.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, you will tell us more how we can brand and how this brand can help us as a person, as a people. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been discussing branding with Charles Etudo. Charles, please, let us talk about personal branding.
Okay. Let me go to the basics now for us and for me, my philosophy about personal brands. I think that personal brands have to start with the basic foundation. Like I mentioned earlier.
The DNA?
If you define your DNA. When you define your DNA, it is easy to now get to what I call the unique attributes that defines you and also differentiates you.
And your DNA are the things that you like doing.
Not just what you like doing. Your DNA is also your unique attributes.
Like what? Talking about attributes.
Your makeup,
like
your makeup, your body type, your it's a whole it's a lot. It's not
everything
just
about
you. Now, but in all that, in all the mix, there's something that differentiates you from the next person. Now, most individual brands have to define their personal differentiating key, which is critical. The reason why we have a lot of brands that you see in the market, a lot of confusion, is because they've not got through the discipline of being able to identify their unique selling points. So you wake up in the morning, you have a brainwave, and you're following the market trend, so you go into this. Meanwhile, that's not what you have a calling for.
How do you get to know your unique selling point?
It's about you defining, going back to you, or asking for help, or getting mentors. Let me go back to individual brands, and I'll give you the certain elements which in all our seminars, in all our seminars, especially for youth empowerment and stuff, and then for individual brands, we tell them you need to understand certain elements. They call them the mechanical elements of personal branding. One, you need to have that first 5 minutes every morning where you pause, you rewind, you fast forward, you play, you stop, and you eject. A lot of us individuals are not very organized. Part of the issues that confront all of us every day the same issues. You wake up in the morning, you're in a hurry to go to the office, you start your day without doing...
Sorry, Charles, is that not what prayer does for us? Is that not...
prayer you pray.
Okay.
God,
after praying in the morning, you have another 5 minutes.
No, that's the pause mode. Okay. When you pause, and it's a conscious thing, not unconscious thing. Right. You consciously pause in the morning, you now play your day out. It's the mechanical, we have the pause, play, fast forward, rewind. So if you play it into the reality, it means when you wake up in the morning, you should just pause. Spend the first 30 seconds doing nothing. And just pause. Now, you now rewind. What did you do yesterday? What did you do wrong yesterday? What did you do right? Now, you now want to look at today. What should today be like? So you now put into at this point you're still on the pause mode. Don't forget. Now, you now play out your day mentally. You now plan the day out. I've had this diary every year for the past 15 years. Everything I've wanted to do is in my diary. Yes, planned out as is. And I work towards those goals. The diaries, they're with me. They are there. Every year I plan. Now, part of the issues we have is that we do not pause to plan. So we go into every day in a hurry. Now, nothing fantastic happens in a hurry. Still oceans run deep. So you need to be able to pause, fast forward, rewind. Now, at the point when you plan, it takes less than 5 minutes. You now start your day out. As your day is playing out, you need to be able to assess, is it going the right way? Is it not? If it's not, you pause. You rewind. Why is it not? It's just a mental thing.
But sometimes will it play out the way you plan?
If it doesn't play out the way you plan it, that's why you have to keep on assessing. Now, if it doesn't, but most of the time we just rush into the day and events overtake us.
Yeah, because some people believe that it's not really in your hands. That fate has a lot of roles to play.
Somehow. No. Let's not talk about fate now.
Okay.
Let's talk about you planning to succeed.
All right.
Now, if things do not go the right way,
at least
you can pause. You can pause, and now, if your strategy for that day doesn't work out, eject it.
Okay.
You go on to drawing board. Exactly. So, this helps individual brands to now differentiate in terms of success. Now, if you cannot do that,
that 5 minutes.
Yes, if you cannot do that in terms of a personal brand plan, you cannot be able to develop a successful brand. So, because if you want to create a brand, you must be able to have the personal brand discipline.
Okay.
So, brand strategy is not just about creating big brands, all the multinationals. It's also who makes up those brands. There are individuals in HR, individuals in different departments. So the individual brands are what you see that develop. There's a story of a brewery in Nigeria where they create the biggest, where they manufacture the highest in terms of volume. They have only 4 human beings in that factory. Only 4.
Okay.
Now, this is dangerous. They have only 4. It's automated. For a brewery to have only 4 humans in a factory. But in other parts where the supply chain is, where the resupply is fully loaded. But where they manufacture, they have only 4.
Okay.
Now, with time, you find out that if individual brands do not rise, the machines will take over.
Okay.
Because it's automated. You can program a machine to function. You cannot program an individual to function. Because the quality and the standards we see today prevalent in terms of the brand standards are appalling. What you pay for is not what you get most of the time. So successful branding individual branding starts with the personal self developing the attitude of brand discipline. That way you can now go to the next level where you talk about differentiating.
Okay. Let's take a break. Let's take a break because I'm trying to understand it together.
We will have to
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are discussing branding with Charles. Please, Charles, let us not waste time.
Okay.
Let's go straight to the audience. Let them ask their questions because they are eager
Okay.
to know about this branding, to
Okay.
understand branding.
Okay.
As an artisan, how can we brand a business in terms of hairdressing, tailoring, and
Carpenter.
carpenter?
Okay.
I think it's very simple. It's the same basic principles that will come to bear. First of all, if you say that means you're an SME, a small and medium scale enterprise, that means you're self-employed, and you rely on every income that comes in to sustain yourself, and you might have very limited capital. So you don't have the kind of cash outlay that would be able to create the buzz. Now, you also have two challenges. One, you don't have the kind of money to create a buzz, and you might not have the prerequisite human capital that to meet the needs of the flurry of activities that will happen if you create a buzz. So, first of all, you go back to the basics. One, what's your brand identity? What's your brand name? What are you going to be known for? In your sector, do you understand the competitive analysis? Who are you competing with? Who's the next person around you doing what you're doing? Who are the target consumers? Now, if you understand who is your competition one, you don't forget, first of all, you have to define your brand. So you are a hairdresser or you're a carpenter, but you must define and differentiate. That means I will be known for one kind of style, or when they come, the kind of quality, I give them something extra. It might just be your welcome environment, the way you greet them. When you get that as a differentiating factor, you now have to understand what the competition, what's your major competition. If you define that, after that, you also have to understand the dynamics of your market. How do you talk to the consumers? How do you get them to come in? Now, based on all these little models, you should be able to now put together a global strategy that helps you. It doesn't have to cost you any money. It's about you defining who are my competition, using different mediums. You are in church, you are talking to people. You are in the bus, you're talking to people. At the bus stops, there are different mediums you don't have to spend money on. Then at the point where you are growing, you need to now start planning for growth. Because the moment there's word of mouth about your brand, that also drives a lot of traffic. So you have to prepare for success. That means that you are chasing this with a plan to expand. Now, at the point to expand, you must put in place the right people. Now, successful brands are not run by just the entrepreneurs. It's made up of the people who support entrepreneurship to succeed. So in a nutshell, it starts with you first. You define all those models I just mentioned. And it's not about money. You don't have to have too much money to set up a successful business, no.
Most people draw more on social media. Social medias like Twitter, Facebook, BBM, and so on and so forth. So how can we as individuals brand ourselves using social media?
You need to develop your brand content, and then define what you want to sell and how you want to sell it. Not every brand can be sustained through social media. Please take note. Not every brand needs the social media. Not all brands. Certain brands, that's how you now have what we call, like I mentioned earlier, the psychographics, the demographics. Who are your consumers? Who do you want to talk to? What are you selling? You must understand your consumers. Based on that, you define what mediums to use. Social media is very effective, but it must be controlled. I've seen strategies that went wrong because they spinned off and you couldn't control the discussion. Suddenly you can't control the discussion and then it becomes counterproductive for the strategy. So it takes you back to what I'm talking about, developing your own personal brand from the basics, and defining it to ensure that what you sell through those mediums are the right messages you're selling.
Please, final word on this branding, because I can see branding is very essential to our success.
Yes. Final word, I would say that Willie is branded, and
Thank you.
I'm impressed with what I've seen. I believe in terms of strategy, there's no end point, it's continuum. We can only get it further, and for young men and ladies in the hall, very, very cerebral questions, and I look forward to mentoring you guys more beyond this. We have what we call the Brands Arise Youth Empowerment Seminars. We've had 5 of them all over Nigeria before. We are planning another one sometime in May. We'll be honored to bring you guys in. We're also unveiling our compendium on brands called Brands Arise, the Nigerian Renaissance. It's a compendium of all our articles published over the years in Business Day newspaper. It's ready. We hope to use the 6th edition of the Brands Arise Empowerment Seminar to also unveil that compendium also. So look forward to that. And
thank you.
Let's keep on adding value to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Charles, thank you for coming. I'm really honored.
Pleasure's mine.
This is what you get for being a part of Edak Willie's audience. You get to have a mentor, you get to attend free seminars. What more can you ask for? Thank you for watching. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Stem cells are biological cells in the body. It could be used in neurological disorders in the treatment of cerebral palsy, autism, and traumatic brain injury.
Is it true that kidney failure is on the rise among the youth?
Not only amongst the youth, amongst the population. And the commonest causes there, 1, hypertension, diabetes, and infections.
As a business mentor and a life coach, what would be your best advice for people out there?
As a business person, that financial increase, learn about finances. For the person that wants to improve your capacity in terms of structure, learn about system. You can learn just about anything.
This is the favorite part of the show, medicine from your kitchen. If you want a beautiful glowing skin and immune system powerful enough to fight off just about anything, don't forget this highly nutritious but common vegetable, cabbage.
Thank you very much. And and I believe that you're called to touch many lives. And my prayer is that those lives will never remain the same again. And for viewers out there, you don't want to be watching anything else. You don't want to touch that diet, because this is a program to watch.
Welcome back. This is Edak Willie Show, and this is smoothie for your breakfast. This one, you will now take it every morning for the next 1 week. So what do? I have avocado pear, I have apple, and I have juice from 1 lemon, and I have water. So we juice. This time I'm going to add just a handful of green. You can use any vegetable that you like. Sometimes I use spinach. Like today, just a handful is good for me. Today we are preparing green juice. This is lettuce. Just a handful. I've washed mine. And just a stick of celery. Ooh. See the color? Green. You know, chlorophyll is good for your system, and this is how you get it from green juice. I guarantee you'll see results. That's my tip for you today. Like I always say, if you want more tips or you have any comments, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, go to our website and leave your comments or ask your questions. Thank you for watching. See you next week.